So what led you then to start the Human Connection Project, I suppose? Because if it wasn't, what was it, getting back around your mates and connecting, and you were like, fuck, more people need this?
Yeah, I realised that my depression, or like my just deep dark cave, wasn't caused by Justin's death. Like that was a catalyst of it, but my darkness was caused by my lack of human connection. The fact that I'd cut everyone out. So I was grieving Justin's death. That was obviously extremely sad, and anyone that's gone through grief, pretty much everyone knows what that's like. But my real dark, deep depression was the fact that I had no human connection. It was this epiphany where I was like, how many other people are going through depression that's got nothing to do with chemical imbalances, or it's got nothing to do with needing to sit across from a clinical setting. It's just got to do with sitting across from a mate and having a yarn and sharing stories and then feeling connected. Because, like I use the example all the time, and you rock up to a barbecue and, quite typical of the blokes to be standing around the barbecue and you walk over there and you go, oh, I've just had the biggest argument with my partner. Oh,
that was incredible.
I've just had the biggest argument with my partner on the way here. We've blown up. We've had an absolute ripper of an argument. And then someone else goes, oh, mate, I had the same thing on the way here. And then instantly there's just that bond there. And I always thought back to that, and I was like, how many other people just need to sit next to their mate and just go, hey, look, I'm struggling. And then him or her to go back, yeah, me too. And then there's that connection, and then there's that, authentic human connection where you can share your stories. So that's pretty much where it was born from.
It's an interesting story, because I remember the plumbing apprentice, when he first reached out to us like 2 years ago.
Jimmy.
I
don't think he listens.
He'd be listening. Jimmy, he messaged us. It's the first time he ever reached out to us. He was at TAFE on the north side, and it was smoko time or something, and he's gone outside, and there was a guy wearing a TradeMutt shirt, and he sat down and started having smoko with him, and a couple other guys sat down. They were all talking, and they basically just like laid it all out that they were all struggling. They were all going through different shit, but they were all sort of in the trenches together. And like that's always stuck with me, because he was like, no one there was trying to solve each other's problems. We were just all there knowing that we're all fucking in this together, you know what I mean? Yeah. It wasn't like, it's just me. It's all of us, and it's all right. We're working through it, you know what I mean? That was like super powerful, and it's like, it's so true.
Yeah, well, we're tribal creatures. You go back to years and years and years ago, if you strayed from your tribe, you'd probably be dead.
You're in big trouble.
Yeah, you
wouldn't last a day in the outback, Derek.
You maybe you wouldn't last the hour on from, mate. Thinking more therapy sessions need to be done around a barbecue, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's what it is. Like, you stray from your tribe, you're isolated, you're alone, you're going to get attacked by a saber-toothed tiger. You stray from your crew now, or your community now, then when the dog starts chasing you, then you're in trouble. But if you're in your tribe or in your community or society or whatever we're labeling it, then you're a lot likely to survive it.
But I mean, that's what there's so many different tribes out there at the moment. Like, there's so many different things that you can be into, whether it's music, or you can be a bloody mad Rabbitohs supporter and you belong to that. You belong to that team.
Not many of them, is there?
There's not many. There's about one in this room. But it's that. But even just that, like socially, that is the sense of belonging that so many people crave, and that human connection, interaction, and just some commonalities that they all have, they share together. It's like, this is what we like.
Yeah, but how important is it though? Like, there was another yarn I had with Gardy on the phone the other day. It was sort of like, how important is it being around people that aren't enabling you? You know what I mean? So like, if you're going out every weekend and getting shit-faced, and the same thing with Cam Powell when he came on, like, he was in a group of mates, they were just getting drunk every weekend, and he was like, I'm sick of this now. Stop doing it. They all got the shits with him because he was doing something different. And when he was around them, they were obviously enabling one another to be like, yeah, this is sweet. You know what I mean? So how important is it to find healthy relationships with people? Because there's a lot of pretty unhealthy ones
back to
out
that
there.
bloody question that shot at Glen Azar at the live we did the other night. How do you break up with toxic mates? Like, and how do you even know they're toxic in the first place?
That's where I was going, Derek.
Yeah. Mate, if we had the answers, we probably wouldn't need to have our businesses. But the thing is, like, toxic people, it's pretty easy to figure out if you're in a toxic relationship, whether that be with a partner or a friend. And if you're ever in trouble, the people you first think to call are the ones you should be spending the most time with. So if you've got a flat tire, chances are you're not going to think of calling your mate that you go get on the piss with every Friday. You're going to call the mate that you really get along with in the smoker shed. You might not even have his number. You've got to find him on Facebook and message him in Messenger, but you've just got along with him on site so much that you feel comfortable reaching out for him, but you've gone and got on the piss with this bloke every Friday for the last 6 years. And the one time you get a flat tire, you don't want to call him.
It's a good way to look at it, actually. So you reckon the people who are the best and most supportive of you are the ones who you feel naturally comfortable turning to in a time of crisis or trouble?
Cool.
It's like I battle test decisions against our values with whatever we do or whatever I'm doing, whether it's me, whether it's our business. We've got our values that we like to battle test things against. It's the same thing with toxic friendships. Like I kind of battle test, like coming here today, I could have battle tested this decision. Like, what is it? Is this putting us in a better position to make more impact, or is it taking away time that I could be spending writing a blog or posting a video or ringing someone up that I haven't connected with? So
I'm glad you came here.
Here we are.
We battle tested and we got through.
But you know have you read the book? I'm sure you would have. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Have you read it? Yeah. So there's a really important chapter in there around relationships and how toxic ones, it's sort of one can grow and then one sort of falters, but how important it is to be in a relationship where everyone's sort of on the way up together collectively.
If I ever do any work with man or female, whatever partnership they're in, like your partner has to do this with you. So I'm doing some work with a young fella at the moment, and everything we go through in our conversations, like make sure you go home and have this exact conversation with your partner, because if you're growing and she's not, then this relationship is as good as over. Because one goes up and the other stays behind, and it's the same as you put crabs in a bucket. As soon as one crab starts to get out, every other crab's pulling them down.
That analogy.
It's awesome.
Ben, that's a clip.
Yeah, that's awesome. But where did you get this? Where did you get this understanding from? Like, how is this innate in you? Is this something that you think is growing?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I'm a avid podcast listener and Audible because I cannot read. Like, I read a page and I'm asleep, whether I'm morning or night.
It's a common theme getting around this podcast recently. Yeah, people who read and fall asleep.
Well,
mate,
mate, I read in the morning, so you know if I fall asleep.
But podcasts like this, like I don't know when podcasts started, but before these were around, like you had Buckley's Chance impacting someone on the other side of the world.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, I think it was when Joe Rogan was born, didn't he? Didn't he just start doing it straight out of the womb?
He came out with a headset on.
Yeah, no, but you're right. It is a good way to connect, and I mean, for us, it's a good way to have conversations like this, and you get it out to some decent audiences and show them that blokes can talk about this kind of stuff, because that's the biggest impact we can make, I think.